When I first got to the mission field, I had been witnessing to this young man and decided to travel with him about a 10-hour bus ride across the island we were living on to his home to meet his family. And we got onto the back of a bus. We got the last seats on the bus, and then of course it kept filling up as the bus drove along, goats, bicycles, chickens, everything. And so it was just packed with people and animals. And we stopped at one point to let somebody off the bus, and then we were cresting a hill, and just as we crested the hill, this old lady with her 2 grandchildren came out of the bushes to cross the road. And the bus struck her, knocked her, 20, 30 feet down the road, and killed her instantly. The bus driver then pulled up a couple of feet to where he was next to the body. He was chewing betel nut. He spit on the woman's body, cursed her foolishness, and then put the bus in gear and started to pull out. Meanwhile, her children, or her grandchildren, there was a little girl, maybe 5 years old, a little boy, maybe 2 years old. They had fallen on their grandmother's body and were weeping. And I turned to the young man that I was traveling with, and I told him, tell the bus driver to stop, because I didn't speak the local dialect yet at that time. I only spoke Mandarin. And the young man looked at me and he said, why would we stop? And I said, we need to help those children. They're out here by themselves in the middle of nowhere, and we need to help them. And he looked at me and he said, every person on this bus has enough trouble of their own. We have nothing to offer those children. And that was it. And when he said that, I felt an intense anger welling up within me. And I prayed and I said, God, why did you send me to this people? They are cold and evil and hard-hearted, and they don't deserve your grace. And God said to me, neither do you. He said, what that young man said is true. These people have nothing to offer those children. Every person on this bus, their purpose for living is to avoid dying because they fear death. And so they work, they labor to earn just enough to have money, to buy food, to eat, to keep from dying. And they have no hope. They have no reason for living. They just live in desperate fear. And that's why I sent you. And that is why God sends us wherever He sends us, to bring His kingdom, His hope, His light into the darkness. Because He loves us, and none of us deserves it. But He chooses to use us for His glory.